Anybody see anything wrong with this? Well, yeah, look at that splice. Look at that. That's not the way you should really do it. So today I get to fix the tractor. Stuff's corroded and starting isn't working. So that's what I'm gonna go do. I need to trim their tree and mow a little bit. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching No Signal.
Needed to lay down for a little bit, and I told her to holler at me when you got here. I had stuff for you to do, but why I'm sleepy this morning, I don't know.
Yeah, just...
So today's not necessarily a normal day. It's not normal because my grandpa's letting me do something that he's never let me do before.
So this is what he's talking about. He's saying that it's corroded and he needs to clean it because the starter isn't working, but there's a good chance that it could be the battery, it could be something else. So he put the vice grips here to clamp it because he didn't want to clean the poles. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this apart, start cleaning it. I'm also gonna go through all this other stuff, make sure that everything's good. Yeah, as you can see, a little bit dirty, radiator's a little bit dirty. So that's just what I'm gonna do. So this right here is the starter. Anybody see anything wrong with this? Look at that. That's not the way you should really do it. So we'll get this taken care of here in a minute. I'm gonna get working on the other parts, but thought I would show that. Okay. So there's power coming to it, but you might be right. It might just need to be cleaned.
So right now what I'm doing is I'm taking off the clamps from the two terminals from the battery. Took the vice grips off, and now I have my pliers. So I mentioned that this is something that my grandpa's not let me do before. He's very possessive of his tractor. He has all these fixes. So as I'm going through this, you've seen the vice grips on the clamp. You've also seen the starter splice, both of which are not really the way to do things. So if you've watched this show before or listened to the podcast, you know that we have some redneck engineering in my family, where if there's a problem, we fix it with duct tape or wire or baling twine or whatever, right? My grandpa, he used vice grips.
When I took this apart, this broke. So we're gonna have to figure that out.
It's not quite as simple as cleaning the poles off. Now I have to find a clamp and fix it. Luckily, we have a 65 Fairlane sitting in the barn that needs an engine overhaul, and so I am taking off a clamp and some wire from the inside bay of a 65 Fairlane. Hopefully this will work.
Okay.
So now I have my wire brushing off the terminals. After this, I've noticed there's a lot of stuff, debris that I'm gonna clean. And so this is one of those things that's really satisfying. Just cleaning stuff with air. It's different than water because water looks good initially, and then the longer you go, the more you realize you miss a lot of parts. So this is one of those. Just to touch back on this being a rare thing or a new thing, you know, my grandpa's mentioned that he's tired. In the last episode, we talked about how every morning he wakes up and is back taking a nap by 9:30. Tomorrow, on Wednesday, he's going to go and have his bladder scanned because he's been having some issues with that. The Pollyanna in me thinks, oh, this is great. He's starting to trust me with things that normally he used to not trust me with. But I think more realistically, it's him realizing he's not physically capable of doing the things he used to do. On the plus side, I do like to do things less redneck engineering than my grandfather does. Tomorrow, capable of doing the he would look at the clamp and think, oh, I'll just get 2 vice grips and do that. Or I'll just wrap the pole with copper wire and make this work. The thing I've realized as older I've gotten is it might work right now, but in a week, a month, even a year, it's going to fail. And it's going to cause a problem bigger than if you would have just fixed it right the first time. Even a year, it's... So here is the cover for the radiator. There's a front guard that I'm going to take out, and I'm going to blow it out. And then I'm going to blow the radiator out after this. One of the things with being over here, and I've mentioned this before, things just come up, and then personal life, but especially when you're working, a simple, hey, make sure the battery clamps or battery terminals are cleaned has turned into cleaning day. It's turned into fixing, splicing, connecting, putting new things together, putting old things together. It's also one of those things, I could wait to do this. After the fact, my grandpa's probably not going to say anything. And in fact, he's probably going to say, oh, I would have done it differently. But the good news is, the hood is open. I've got the air compressor out. Let's give everything a really good cleaning. Get the dust off, the grime off. So I'm going to jump forward a little bit here. I get the radiator cleaned. I use the air, blow out the air, clean the bay, get the battery back in.
All right, so I got the battery charging.
I think the thing with being over here every week,
email in 2 minutes.
it's just life goes on, whether you're ready for it or not.
Gmail account.
I've mentioned this before, but I could be a lot more efficient if I was just in solitude, working in a vacuum. But every time I'm over here, I become the IT guy, the electrician, the day laborer, the mechanic. And right now, it's the IT guy. So it's pretty funny. What's happening is on Apple computers with the fingerprint scanner. So she was trying to use her passkey, and it said, hey, scan your finger. And so instead of using the fingerprint scanner, she thought she was supposed to touch the screen of the computer.
I could scan my passkey. That, but I can't figure out how to do that. How to scan those.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
I've never done that.
Okay.
So that's a. And it's not operating. Nothing is operating right for me these days.
It's okay. It's Tuesdays, It's what happens. Just.
But at least you got the tractor running.
Yeah, thank goodness.
So the tractor's running. It's up. Took a lot longer than I thought. And now it's time to mow. My grandparents, I go over there a lot and I help, and they still are really not great at asking for help. Fixing the tractor is one thing, but actually mowing fields is another. There's just the right way to do it. Just the right particular way to do it. And even though I've mowed a lot, I actually grew up in summers mowing as my job. I don't do it just right. But today, I get to mow.
All right, it's all fixed. Turns right on, which is good.
So you'd think, wow, there should be a huge celebration or more of a thanks so much. But he simply looks up, says, good. You know, life is changing. My involvement over here is getting more and more. You know, we moved back here 3 years ago. You know, life is changing so I could help them. And it hasn't really been until the past 6 months that that's actually happened. Till I've actually gotten to mow. Life is changing. Till I've actually gotten to work on the tractor and fix the things that should have been fixed months ago, years ago. Till I've actually gotten to, you know. So maybe you're sitting there listening to this or watching this. Been fixed. And there's someone in your life who's having a hard time letting go of maybe you're sitting certain things. Think about why. Why has it taken so long for them to let you work on the tractor or mow their fields? Is it because they don't trust you? Why has it taken so long? Is it because you don't do a good job? Or maybe it's something else. Is it because they don't trust you? Is it because you don't? Thanks for watching No Signal. Life happens when you put the phone down.
If you've watched,
thanks for watching No Signal.
Consider hitting subscribe. I have a podcast that's much slower if you're interested.